Shalom. You know, this targeted individual gang stalking situation, you know, they try to smear your name and harass you and do all these things that they do. So I encourage you people that's going through this, if I choose to watch the words I say, so I don't say that I'm targeted, even though it's going on. But I choose to speak the scriptures that says I'm far from oppressed, and I can do all things through Yeshua who strengthens me, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against me in judgment Yah shall condemn. For this is the heritage of the servants of Yah, and I'm righteous because he said I am. But adding to this, I would just like to always add things to show my character, that I am a stand-up man. You know, I've not lived a perfect life, but I'm striving for perfection. And I just want to share something with you. Yah has allowed me, because he knew what was coming my way, even though I didn't know. And he allowed me to be basically, and this is humbly saying this is not boasting or bragging, this is just the work of Yah. And he allowed me to be taken care of to the point where I'm able to take care of myself. But I want to share something with you. You know, a lot of people say that, you know, people in our position are, you know, they're lazy, don't want to work and all these type of things. But you know, people have said, one lady said, I cheated the system and I did all of this. And well, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to read something and share something with you. This was something I had the mind to jot down and log some, you know, a summary of, this is not all the things that happened, a lot more things happened, but I made a summary of some things happened when I worked for the probation department for LA County. And to be fair for the LA County and how I know this thing works, there's good people, but then there's that shadow targeting organization, that shadow government behind. So I'm gonna think positively and say possibly the good people that work for probation, I'm not talking about them, or good management that work that's in probation, I ain't talking about them. But I know how this targeting program works. There's a shadow behind the system that does this evil. So I'll put it like that. But I made a summary, and here it goes. It was like a history. I'm not going to say names of people, but I'm just going to share it with you. History of hostile work environment and harassment plus retaliation summary. Because I was medically retired from the Los Angeles County Probation Department based on these things and other things. But I'm just going to give you a summary of what happened. And I put the Los Angeles County Probation Department, and once again, you know, like I said, that now that I know that this was part of the targeting, I would say, you know, that shadow government, that shadow part of the probation department, I would say, that had this done. Los Angeles County Probation forced me to go before a hearing board to face charges that I was the ringleader of a computer scam at the Crenshaw area office. I was not allowed to face my accusers. And then I had August 8, 2007, I was injured at work at Challenger Memorial Youth Center, and a supervisor signed it, my SIR report, and then a director harassed me and instructed my supervisor not to sign my workers' comp paperwork. I was harassed at other times during this period by the director and the supervisor, who threatened me on my day off that I would be receiving a write-up for an accusation that happened weeks ago. I was instructed by LA County payroll to come to headquarters to pick up a check at the time. I went to headquarters, picked up the check, I signed for the check and went to go cash it. The cashier yelled out that she was going to confiscate my check because it was I was trying to cash a fraudulent check. She said probation payroll told her to confiscate it due to me having a fraudulent check, and they are the ones who gave it to me. I was forced back to work. In 2008, I was sent to one of the camps who had housed, at the time, California Youth Authority minors. And I said, at the time, I never received the 5% raise that came along with the position. In February 2009, I was brutally attacked by a minor from the camp, a 19-year-old, in the school setting that the teacher asked me to remove him from the classroom. You know, I literally did hurt my back and my knee at the time. Another DPO came and assisted me, restrained the minor and took him off of me. I was encouraged to downplay the incident, and the minor was allowed to remain in the camp without any actions being taken. And at the time, like I said, I was trying to remain at work, so I didn't choose to push the issue at the time. You know. In March 2009, I was ordered out of my camp and sent to a lockup unit to watch over minors from another camp. I said I believe this was a retaliation because of I was at a higher position than the person that replaced me, and that shouldn't have happened. That person should have been pulled out of the unit for the assignment. In the event of their decision, I was injured again after being assaulted by a minor from lockup. And at the time, I had the paperwork which showed that LA County terminated my benefits in an effort to force me back to work. I was being considered for medical retirement as a result of my injuries and psychological trauma, which I received from my job at LA County Probation. LA County Probation sent a letter saying that I was no longer fit to work as a probation counselor in the camp setting, and if they could not find me work, they would pursue medical retirement. In December 2012, the union informed me that my HIPAA privacy rights had been violated due to my personal information had been delivered to at least 47 non-need-to-know county employees through email. I have reports from a doctor and a psychologist showing that LA County Probation is responsible for my injuries and psychological trauma. It appears my attorney was persuaded to misrepresent me. That was my first attorney, and I'm not using names. I was forced to face LA County Probation Internal Affairs for charges that I had violated conflict of interest and security breach violations, and once again I was denied opportunity to face my accusers. I attended what was supposed to be a mandatory settlement hearing trial March 7, 2012, and I observed my first attorney sitting and talking at about 8:20 a.m. They were talking about school reunion. I made the attorney aware that I was there. The initial attorney said, "I have something for you." He departed and returned shortly and said, "Sign this document." I signed it, and he said, "You have a future medical, which is what is important to workers' comp cases anyway." I asked about, was there any, at the time, what I thought was money. I asked, and I termed it as money at the time because I didn't know any better. I didn't know about fiat currency and things at that time. I asked him about the money, and he said, "You owe the county money, so you would not be getting any money." I replied by asking him if the county had proven it to him, and he said yes. He departed after making a statement, "At least you were able to pay me." So that, and then there was just so many other things. One time I was assigned a room, because at the time you could stay at camp. I was assigned a room, and then another lady who was not at the rank I was, and it was assigned to me. She came in and said it was her room, and then I said, "Well, this is the room I was assigned, and I got the key." So then she ended up going to a director at the time, and he put me out the room. After I've already been assigned there. Just little things like that, and it's not little, but it all added up. So now, but I look back on it, you know, that was part of the targeting program. So also, as far as my character, let me show you something. Let's see. One more. I'm back. See that? That says honorably retired. So if I was, just to thwart all the negativity and all the lies and the confusion of things that people tell neighbors, I would never receive that if I was who they put it out there that I am. Like I said at the time, I was also had my own business. I still have the capability of doing it, but based on what's going on, you know how it goes. But I got my own private investigation license business, fingerprint rolling business, notary public, all these things that takes honor to have. So if I was such a terrible person and all these things that they try to put out there, how can I obtain all these things? First of all, I know the Most High Yah allowed it, but what I'm saying, I'm just putting this information out there that it'll be public so people can decide for themselves and see that I'm not this person that's been painted. And like I said, not that I really care anyway, because I know who I am and Yah knows who I am, but I want to put it out there so it's on record that nobody can lie. Okay, Shalom, and I'll come back later with something different. Thank you very much for listening to me.